Alright, round one vintage challenge playing Thoughtcast PO with some Karn and some Erayos, and we have a very early vault key with no permission. Yeah, I'm in for an early vault key with no permission. That sounds like just what I signed up for, actually. How do they know? Yeah, absolutely, dude. Why would I ever practice playing Modern? So, Volcanic Sapphire is pretty unfortunate because that means he can Dak fade in next turn, which makes our plan of sneaking of. Oh my god, what's it like? What's it like? Ah, this is exactly what happened last night when I tried to play some vintage. Everyone was casting recalls on me all day. And not the bad kind of recalls, the good kind of recalls. The ancestral kind. Well, we're pretty dead. But because if I play C Soul Time Vault and he takes my Soul Ring, I guess that'd be a little greedy of him, but it would put us really far behind. But not playing Soul Ring on this turn means we're way behind on mana. You could always have a misstep too. Pretty dead. We're jamming though. Maybe he'll let this resolve so that he can steal it with Dak Faden. Oh, he's gonna force Time Vault. If he forces Time Vault and then steals Soul Ring, I'm gonna be very sad. But this line, and fetching a freaking Blightsteel is so bad against Dak Faden too. Oh, did he miss a land drop? Or he just has a Brainstorm and nothing else? He's gotten 2 Ancestrals off this game. Got a Brainstorm Ancestral and a regular Ancestral. So I'm sure he's got a fetch land after this. Nope, no fetch land. He's going to use the Preordained to put away the other 2 cards. I like that. Oh, we only put 1 away. Interesting. No land drop. No land drop, huh? Well, this draw is pretty good. Because this means I don't have to sack my Soul Ring to Tinker. So this means I can ponder and see what we can find. See if we can get a Force of Will. If we get a Force of Will, we might be able to go for this Blightsteel here. That'd be pretty lit. That'd be sweet. That's a way to come back in this game. Or we can draw in our own Ancestral. These cards are all pretty nice. This Mox lets me sack an off-color thing to Tinker. So I think I'm gonna... I think I'm just gonna fire off Ancestral off the top. I don't think he has a misstep. And if he has a Force, he has a Force. I want to draw top before Emerald if he counters it, though. We're gonna go with that. Tinkering against a Dak counter magic deck is like just really bad, so you don't want to do it unless it's the last possible thing. So I'd rather start working through his Force of Will with this. Here's another Force of Will. We have a top next turn. No, we're not in a bad spot. We're not in a good spot. But I guess if he plays a Dak this turn and steals Soul Ring, we could still Tinker a Blightsteel. Just kind of lit. Blue, red, but not Time Walk. Is it just a Treasure Cruise? He's pitched Preordained and Time Walk. This is gonna be like a... Oh, it's a Grudge. That's really bad. He ever hits a green, puts us pretty far behind. All we have right now is a top. I'm kind of down to just play a Blightsteel and see if he decks it. He needs to already have Dak in his 3 cards. Thought it was better than a Time Walk, and he needs to hit a Mana Source off the top. I'm gonna go for it. I think it's I'm not 100% sure on this line. It doesn't seem. I'm not really convinced, but this PO is doing nothing in our hand, especially versus a Grudge later. We could have like 6 looks with top, but it doesn't really. I don't know. We're gonna go for it. I think. Let's hope I put Blightsteel in this deck. I didn't really check before I left. Ooh, all right, Blightsteel. Let's see if he can hit land Dak. Risky business. I wonder if, yes! Powerful wizardry. Alright, so Blightsteel goes immediately out. In this version, I'm trying Sync to the Steelwind against the Dak decks. That way I don't have to take Tinker out. So we're going to bring in a Sphinx, and we're going to bring in Flusterstorms. And then we're going to... if I'm going to do that, I need to cut 2 cards. The worst cards here are... I don't know, these cards seem pretty good. I like to cut 1 Mox Opal against Ancient Grudge decks. And I would like to I usually like to cut 1 land if possible, but I'm not sure on that. I like all these other cards. It feels like unintuitive to go down a draw 2, but if they are destroying my artifacts, it's a little harder to cast Thoughtcast. So we're going to try to run with this line. We still don't know. They could be Oath. They have Ancient Grudge in their deck, or they could just be, you know, a Dak deck. So it might be possible that we're supposed to be playing, what's it called in my deck? Cages. We're going to keep this hand, seeing as we have a Probe and an Ancestral. Maybe we'll even flip this Erayo on turn 1. So, leading Trop. I guess we are probably playing against Oath. Let's take a look at what he's got in his hand. He could be representing Flusterstorm here. He's got just Force of Will. That's not the strongest hand from him. I think we're gonna play out our Erayo and then see what we can get away with next turn. A flipped Erayo would be pretty nice for him. Oh, I should have gotten the white land because I have a jet. I didn't really think about that though. Unfortunately, this is the 3rd spell of the turn. If we had another spell, we would be able to flip it right away. But it's pretty fine to just run it out there. See if this grabs a Force of Will. If this grabs a Force of Will, it's clearly just the best card ever. Oh, he's gonna Brainstorm. Sure. Sure. Okay with that. I love this card. It's so sweet. Ugh. It's liable to do actual nothing this game, but we'll see what happens. You find a different blue card? No, he's letting it happen. So next turn we have Ponder with a fetch land, which is a good combination. So we'll lead with Ponder, see what we get. This is pretty bad against him just going Oath right now. I didn't really think about that. I didn't really board correctly for him to playing Oath. Is he just gonna Pyroblast it? Sure. You got it, fam. I'll probably board him out after this game. It was pretty bad on me. I should just board out Snapcaster, and I should board out Erayo and put in Grafdigger's Cages. So we know he could still have Force of Will. It's incorrect for him to counter our Ancestral with Force of Will, but he probably will. I'd like an Opal, but that's it. It's gonna be really hard to cast Thoughtcast. Don't respond to the troll, man. Don't respond to Rob. Okay, so he forced this even though he's not supposed to. I know they play one trap, so I'm okay with playing out the Opal here. So let's think. I guess playing, it doesn't really matter if I play out the Opal because he's gonna probably just grudge this Mox anyways. Oh, I'd like to have Repeal up for grudge, but I didn't really play that round that correctly. That's a little stupid of me. I played Mox on the first turn, so I can't really play around it. So we don't know any of the cards left in his hand, but he doesn't have a Treasure Cruise because he countered our Ancestral for some reason. We don't really have much going on either, but that's probably fine. Got him. I could repeal this Opal. It doesn't really seem like it's worth it. I need to repeal something that he's going to try to grudge later on. I could also repeal with top on the stack, but not while he has grudge open. I can't really repeal my box while he has grudge open either, so. He's kind of sweet. I don't hate Key, though. I guess Key will probably prompt a grudge, which in case we can blow him out. Let's put, if I get Sapphire, I can go for a Paradoxical. I think we can lead with Key and go for a Paradoxical after. I don't think that's unreasonable. So, yeah, when this lands, I'll have 3 mana again. That'll be nice. Alright, so I'm not going to do anything else besides that, because I need to play around his Ancient Grudge in his yard. Alright, so I'm going to try to force this Ancient Grudge by doing my top shenanigans. And if it gets flustered, then it's not really a big deal, I don't think. But he'll probably grudge one of the 2 here. I'm going to try to repeal it. If he counters it, that's fine. See what happens. Looks like it's going to be a fluster. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We still have a PO for this turn, so. And with PO with double fluster, I'm pretty happy with that. That's fine. Not really double fluster because we can't use it, but PO for 3. That resolved. Didn't draw us much. But we will play into a trap if he has one. Well, we have fluster for a trap. Not that a trap is that good here. Yeah. Okay, so we're still pretty soft to him drawing like Jace or Dak or Oath plus Orchard or another Grudge. We're not that soft to Grudge because we have Flusters. We're pretty soft to Planeswalkers, basically. We're soft to Lotus Inferno Titan, which happened to be last night. But we're pretty good to draw another PO and have double fluster back up, so I like where we're at right now. Yagwil is pretty nasty too. Yagwil is disgustingly good. Holy moly. Let's do that. Yeah. I cast Yawgmoth's Will. Do you have any responses? Nope! Scoop them up. Erayo's flipping. Ancestral Recall's happening. PO's happening. And